feeling. You close your laptop, but the meeting keeps replaying. The email you should have sent differently. The comment that landed wrong. It's 9 p.m. and your body left the office hours ago, but your mind never clocked out. Marcus Aurelius had the exact same problem. Running an empire, absorbing everyone else's crises all day, every day, for almost 2 decades, and he built a ritual to actually shut it down. Not motivation, a system. Here's what most people get wrong about ending a bad workday. They think the fix is just stop thinking about it. But suppression doesn't work that way. Psychologist Daniel Wegner proved this back in the 1980s with what's now called the white bear experiments. Tell someone not to think about a white bear, and it's basically all they can think about. Pushing a thought down doesn't remove it. It loops it. So if willpower isn't the answer, what actually closes the loop on a bad day? Turns out a Roman emperor was already doing it, nearly 1,800 years before the research caught up. Marcus Aurelius ruled during plague, war on multiple fronts, and betrayal from people he trusted. Meditations, the book he's known for today, wasn't written for an audience. It was a private journal, largely composed at the end of the day, as a kind of address to himself. That habit didn't start with him. Stoic teachers before him, going back to Sextius and carried forward by Seneca, taught a nightly practice of reviewing the day honestly, not to punish yourself, but to actually process what happened before letting it go. Marcus inherited that discipline and used it constantly, especially during his hardest years on campaign. But here's what most people miss about this ritual. It wasn't venting. It wasn't just dumping his feelings onto the page. And that distinction actually matters a lot, because on its own, venting can make rumination worse, not better. So what was he actually doing? In 1986, psychologist James Pennebaker ran a study at Southern Methodist University that's since become one of the most replicated findings in psychology. He split a group of college students in two. One group spent 15 minutes a day, 4 days in a row, writing about the most emotionally significant experience of their life. The other group wrote about something completely neutral, just how they'd spent their time that day. The results showed up in the body, not just the mood. The group writing about real experiences showed measurably better immune function and made fewer health center visits in the months that followed. Pennebaker's original explanation was what he called inhibition theory. Holding back a thought or emotion you haven't processed takes ongoing physiological work, like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes effort, and that effort accumulates into real stress on the body. Writing, in this framing, lets go of the ball. But here's the detail that matters most for what Marcus was actually doing. In that same first study, participants who only described the bare facts of what happened, no emotion, no interpretation, showed no benefit at all. The effect only appeared when people connected the events to how they felt and what it meant. Since 1986, over 300 follow-up studies have confirmed the pattern. The healing part isn't disclosure on its own. It's building a coherent narrative, turning a chaotic day into a story you can actually examine, which is exactly the structure behind Marcus's nightly page, 17 centuries before anyone could explain why it worked. Now, you don't have 20 minutes a night, and you're not trying to publish a philosophical classic. So here's the version that fits an actual workday. 3 steps. Call it the nightly reset. Externalize. Get it out of your head and onto a page. Phone note, notebook, doesn't matter. Not a diary entry, just what happened. Interrogate. Ask 3 questions, the same ones every night. What went well today? What frustrated or confused me and why? What's one thing inside my control I can adjust tomorrow? Close. Physically close the notebook, or the app, or the note. That action is the signal to your brain that the day is now processed and filed, not suppressed, not still open. This takes under 5 minutes. Do it right before you close your laptop, not after you've already started scrolling your phone on the couch. Timing matters, because you want it to be the actual transition point between work you and off work you. Keep the 3 questions identical every night. The consistency is what makes it a system instead of a one-off vent session. Marcus Aurelius did this while commanding armies during a plague that killed millions. You can do it after a Tuesday that just had 1 too many meetings. The ritual scales to whatever the day actually was. That's the point. If you want the full breakdown of how Stoic practices hold up against modern psychology research, subscribe. New videos every Tuesday.